Good morning to the non-believers, and it's been a while since we've gotten some actual Five Nights at Freddy's news. I mean, Jesus, Steel Wool has now decided, instead of giving us some new news, they have decided to start some shenanigans and gaslighting us. How, you may ask? You see, back on June 29th, Steel Wool uploaded this photo. It seems like a pretty innocent find a difference game, but it's not. Look at that caption right there. No secrets, no hidden clues, no teasers, no countdowns. Just 3 differences. Probably. How fast can you spot them? Seems pretty innocuous, but it's not. That probably is definitely for what comes before that, the no secret, teasers, or countdown. And so I spent a unhealthy amount of time staring at this image, trying to find literally anything. I counted the number of each inner tubes. I counted the number of pool noodles and inner tubes by the corresponding colors, but nothing seemed to make sense at all. I actually hit a brick wall. It felt like I was hitting my head against a brick wall for 20 minutes. I would just stare at this image, music playing in my headphones, trying anything I could. It started to get to me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It got so bad to a point, I thought I started seeing numbers within the picture itself. You see how these inner tubes, how these ones are pointed up and down, but these ones aren't? I thought maybe if you drew a line in the direction of the handles, it would show you, like trace out numbers. Obviously it didn't. I was just going insane. No. I hit a brick wall. And so, I decided to give up for a little bit. A week went by, then another, and then another. And then one night, while laying in bed, they posted another spot the difference game, but this time with a different caption. It says, "A future so bright you'll need sunglasses." And it's these images, these 2 images. Again, only 3 differences this time, but maybe now with 2 images or 2 different spot the different games, we can figure it out. You see, if I'm trying to look for clues in this, there are things that I can assume. I can assume whatever it is isn't going to be something that changes between the images. So I started counting things that don't change. Nothing. The closest I got was maybe it's a countdown by the tables, maybe? Oh, 3 barrels, 2 tables, that's 5. 3 stands and 1 desk, that's 4. Maybe that's it. It's not, I'm just going crazy. No. The only thing I really picked up on was when it said a future so bright. I was like, why would they say that? That seems weird for a FNAF game, a FNAF title. So I dug a little deeper. Look at the sunglasses. You notice anything? Yeah. A few of them have this like bright glow coming off of them. And with the way the glow is kind of positioned, it means the light source is coming from the point of view we're seeing it from, as if it's our own eyes. Who do we know has glowing eyes? Sorry, old habits. No, the Mimic. The Mimic is known for glowing eyes. And if you think it's not known for glowing eyes, I think this trailer for Secret of the Mimic would disagree. Considering it has a scene where it zooms into the face and you know it's the Mimic because of the glowing eyes. Exactly. See, now you're getting it. Now you might be wondering, well, maybe it is just about a different game. It's not. Come on, let's be so for real. Look at it compared to the other posts around it. The other posts around it are so explicitly Five Nights at Freddy's related. This is the only one that just doesn't show any Five Nights at Freddy things we actually know. Also, look at this. Where is this at? Where is this room? Maybe if they did this with, like, you know, the FNAF 3 office or something like that, yeah, it could just be a spot the difference game. But the fact they're doing this in a location we've never seen before means it's definitely something teasing the future of Five Nights at Freddy's. What that is, though, I don't know. I have spent 4 hours on today alone, 4 hours, just staring at these 2 images, trying to figure it out. I swear, my partner had to sit there and listen to me ramble about this for 2 hours. because it helps when I just talk my things out loud. It helped me come up with ideas. But this is the first time in a long time where I talked and ended up in a circle. It's like those boards, you know, like the boards they use in like mysteries, where you have the pictures and you draw the lines between them. It's like I have a bunch of pictures, but no thread between them. You understand what I'm saying, right? I have a lot of things, but there's no thread. There's no connectivity. I can't find the methodology to figure out what these are trying to say to me. You know, honestly, I stared at this image for so long. This one right here, particularly for so long, I thought that, I was like, wait, why is there a shelf on the right, but not a shelf on the left? Maybe it's because it's trying to form an L. Maybe the first image has a letter in it I couldn't see before. I sat there and stared at that image for another 30 minutes trying to find a letter. I went through every letter of the alphabet trying to find something in that first image. I play with the contrast, the exposure. There is nothing there. The only thing that's kind of there is this faint glow off to the side. Another glow. But if that's glowing, and it's not from the POV of our character, what is it? It's way too low to the ground to just be someone's, again, point of view. But what is it? Maybe it's a security bot from Security Breach. I hope they don't bring those back, but it could be. But then why is it faintly like piss yellow? That just doesn't make sense. And yet again, another brick wall. It feels like I talk in circles when I'm talking about this. So let's talk about what we do know. Scott said that the next Five Nights at Freddy's game that they're working on is a sequel, and it's a 2, not a 3. So it can't be Help Wanted 3. But what could it be? It could be a Pizza Simulator 2. That could work. I doubt it's an Ultimate Customite, and I hope it's not an Ultimate Customite, but it could be. The most believed one before these images was a Sister Location 2, that we were going to get a Sister Location 2, and honestly, I was kind of hyped for that, but now with these images, I think it's a lot more likely we're going to get a Security Breach 2. I mean, I feel like that would be a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more in line in what they've been doing a lot more recently. I really want to believe, I thought Security Breach 2 might be a prequel to Security Breach 1. There's already precedent for it before that the second game in the series would be a prequel to the first with FNAF 2 and FNAF 1. The only thing, or the biggest things that stand in between that is the fact that A, Scott said it was a sequel, straight up a sequel. B, where would this image take place then? If this is Security Breach 2, the prequel, where is this image? We saw a lot of Security Breach. That includes if it's a sequel also. But other than that, I feel like this is probably Security Breach. Rytos pointed out that these inner tubes match up pretty well with the Glamrock animatronics, but not our current ones, the old ones. I say old ones because this one kind of matches up with Bonnie's guitar. That one with Glamrock Freddy. This one, Chica. This one, he says, is a red herring. And honestly, I low-key believe him. In the second image, below all the sunglasses, you see 4 sunglasses at the bottom that could also correspond with the Core 4 animatronics. But again, if this is, you know, the Glamrock animatronics, this is Security Breach, where are we? We've never seen a pool area. In his video, he says that we're in a whole new location. This is Security Breach 2, just in a different location. And yeah, that could very much be the case. But it would also be kind of weird. Are we following the Mimic? That doesn't seem right. The Mimic got left below the place. Well, maybe we're searching for Cassie, who last we saw was in the elevator below the Pizzaplex. No matter how you slice it, 2 of the biggest loose threads, Mimic and Cassie, are both below the Pizzaplex. You understand what I'm saying? The 2 biggest loose threads are in the Pizzaplex. That's why I feel like I'm running into a brick wall here, because every idea I have has something that can counteract it. This is like playing Overwatch and someone keeps counterpicking you. But let's talk about if it is a Security Breach 2. What that would entail. What would they do in this new game? Yeah, they'd be dealing with the Mimic. We've already discussed that. But what else? As we've seen so far, this seems to be some sort of water-based amusement park, or maybe this is just one section. Maybe this is a game entirely about Montgomery Gator. I doubt that, but maybe it is. Nah, no, it ain't. No. Because the Pizzaplex is straight up destroyed. By the end of Security Breach, it was destroyed. By the end of Ruin, it's completely gone. Like, let's be honest here. Even in the middle of Ruin, we see a wrecking ball breaking the entire thing down. Maybe they're just rebuilding on top of it. Maybe not. Maybe the Mimic's free. Maybe not. It just... Ruin left the games in a weird spot. To the point that the next two games, Help Wanted and Secret of the Mimic, were both prequels. So, I imagine this next game is going to move the plot forward, is going to be Security Breach 2, is going to be just a rebuilt Pizzaplex that is now some sort of summer attraction, I guess? That's why I personally think this is going to be Security Breach 2. It's not going to be in a different location. Yeah, the Pizzaplex got torn down, but I think it got rebuilt on the same location. I think this new location is just going to have a little summery aquatic area. I also think Toast was right about one thing. Montgomery Gator, Roxanne Wolf aren't going to be a part of this location. I think this is going to be the core 4 animatronics. Because think about it, how long has it been since the core animatronics were the main parts of the game? They weren't it in Secret of the Mimic. They weren't really there in Help Wanted. Yeah, you played games with them in it, but they weren't the main attraction. A lot of the games, mini games in there, were sequel games, because Help Wanted 1 already got all that. That brings me back. Help Wanted 1. Yeah, you had the core 4 animatronics there. But that was a bunch of mini games. They kind of took second stage to Glitch Trap. Security Breach obviously didn't have them there. UCN had all of them. The last time we had a variation of all 4 animatronics, to my memory, was Pizza Sim with the Rockstar animatronics, which are also my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, they're my favorite set of animatronics. Lefty in particular is my favorite animatronic, and before you ask, yes, it's because he's black. But still, it's been so long, I feel like they want to bring it back to home base. Especially, this might be the game where we defeat the Mimic, who knows? It won't be, but you know, a boy can dream. That's all I really had to say. Or yap about, more likely. Good night. Also, you like my new purple hair? I dyed a little bit ago. It's still a little yellow in some places. I'm gonna have to go through it again and re-dye it, but like, you get what I'm saying. Okay, actually, good night.